It is a holly jolly Christmas. Alone to be celebrated. Why am I crying? Why am I crying? I don't even want to cry. This is such an emotional video, you guys. You guys, that's what people say or YouTubers say, right? You guys, this is such an emotional video because... why am I crying? What the hell happened? Like, I don't even know. This isn't part of my script because I didn't want to cry, but I am crying apparently. Welcome to a holly lonely Christmas. That's what I'm calling this video because I wrote it there. Holly lonely Christmas. But you can't see it because my camera... like, I always plan an intro and then I just completely mess it up and do something else. So... hi! My name is Juliette. I welcome you to my channel. If you're new here, I am not, because I've been on here like 63 videos now. I believe my count is. But it is the season. Snow is not falling where I live, but I do have some Christmassy earrings in. I'm even wearing my festive underwear. Why did I say that? I always hate the word festive though, because it just makes me think of infestation of parasites. But this is not the infestation of parasites. This is the infestation of Christmas. Because we are in the festive month. But there are many people who spend this time of year alone. But there are also many people who are lonely at Christmas. So I welcome you to my video, A Holly Lonely Christmas. Because I will tell you how to spend Christmas alone without feeling lonely. So I came up with this idea because we just filmed our podcast on the CuriousAquarians channel and we talked a bit about Christmas and loneliness. Now, as a connoisseur of being lonely, self-proclaimed loner. I'm not a loner. I don't like to be lonely. No one likes to be lonely. Just because I feel lonely doesn't mean that I like to be lonely. I like to charge myself without a charger in my butt, but I like to charge myself just at home, watching a movie or scripting or doing something I love by myself. That's lovely. That's nice. Yes, good. Let's do that more often. But I hate feeling lonely. There's a difference between being alone and feeling lonely, because you can feel lonely with a lot of people around, but you're alone. Or when you're alone, you're just alone. But in the spirit of Christmas, I didn't just want to talk about loneliness, because I can go on and on and on about loneliness, but I will only make myself feel more lonely, and I already have a video on loneliness. We all feel lonely. We don't really need to know what it means, what it does, because it sucks. It's just a feeling that sucks. And I didn't want to this video to be depressing or down or just about mental health. I like to talk about mental health. I like philosophizing, but I don't really like to always talk about, you know, it kind of gets down. It kind of gets down on me, I wanted to say, but it gets me kind of down sometimes too, to just go on and on about it. So how can you spend Christmas alone and actually enjoy it? In the podcast, my friend Chris and I, we also talked a bit about how you can push yourself when you're feeling lonely, especially at Christmas time, because people will feel more lonely at Christmas, but because it's, well, they kind of do, because it's heightened. Like being single on Valentine's Day, it's heightened, the feeling of loneliness. So if you're feeling lonely, it only makes sense that you cannot really enjoy the festivities. I just hate that word now. I ruined it for myself. It's like a feeling of loneliness. It's like no one understands you, no one loves you, no one wants to be with you, and it's all self-created. Like all suffering actually is. It is just all self-created. Because if you become quiet and you think about nothing, there's just nothing that can harm you. There's just your own ego that attacks you, basically. I don't want to come across as insensitive when you're feeling really lonely. I have felt really lonely, or should I just say really misunderstood? Because that's basically the feeling, at least that's what I think, that feeling of loneliness is just this feeling of being enormously misunderstood by the people that you want to be understood by. But it's Holly jolly Christmas. No, but it's good to be misunderstood actually, because it doesn't mean that you're misunderstood by everyone. It just means that right now you just don't have the people around you that are supposed to be with you. When you really become yourself and speak your mind to those people, because it has many layers of improving and growing the feeling of loneliness, because I don't believe that everyone who's a self-proclaimed loner, they're not meant to be alone, because we're still humans and we still love, or we have a social need that's just not going to go away. But it is when you find the group that really understands you and loves you for who you are because you are yourself, that's the moment when I think someone can really step into their own power, and you won't be haunted by this feeling of loneliness or being misunderstood anymore. So if you feel lonely right now, I am sorry. Know that I also have felt extreme intense loneliness, and it's, as I said, it's a tough pill to swallow. It really is, because it feels like you're all alone. But know that you're not, and know that there are a lot of people out there who also feel like you. Not to diminish your problems, but that you're not alone. But as I said, I'm sorry if you feel alone. It's not nice, especially now. So, what do I want to do in this video after 10 minutes of talking nothing? I want to give you some tips on how you can actually enjoy your Christmas alone, because it's not bad to have a Christmas alone or to celebrate a Christmas alone. It can be really fun to celebrate a Christmas alone. It is only when that feeling of loneliness penetrates your festivities, penetrates the mind. I don't know any other word than penetrates right now, so I'm so sorry, but it's another word. God, I have some phlegm issues over here. But I don't know why am I amusing myself. You see, this is what happens. You could just amuse yourself with some foods. Amuse. How do you say that in English? Amuse bouche. Let's just go to the tips. I want to say to you that the theme of being alone at Christmas, or celebrating Christmas alone, is all about accepting yourself. It's all about accepting who you are, accepting that you are in your aloneness the best for yourself, that you are in your aloneness the greatest accomplishment. That sounded more epic because of the tone, but the words actually meant nothing, which I said. But it's about fully accepting yourself. It's about fully accepting how you want to celebrate Christmas. You know, if you want to decorate with a tree, with a tiny tree, with a big tree, with a real tree, with a fake tree, with a fake tree with snow, with a real tree with fake snow. So look at this tiny tree. His name is Carl, the Christmas tree. Why? I don't know, but I like it. Do I want all the bells in there? No, just little tiny ones. So that's the first tip. Just decorate how you want to. If you want your house to scream Christmas, let it scream Christmas. And if you want a sober Christmas, have a sober Christmas. Or a drunk Christmas, have a drunk Christmas. Well, my actual tip is to just do something for yourself that you like. Get into that feeling. Because that mostly comes paired with, but I don't have anyone to share this with. So what? You're amazing with just yourself. The longest relationship you have to have is with yourself. So why not make that relationship the best one? The second tip is to give yourself permission to enjoy. What else is there? There either is to enjoy or to not enjoy. That is the question. It is to give yourself permission to do something nice for yourself. It is not to rub it in that you don't have anyone for Christmas. It's just to say, I can enjoy this few days or wherever you live, because we have 2 Christmas days in the Netherlands, but I don't know what you do in your country. Question of the day, how many Christmas days do you have? Give yourself permission to enjoy it, especially this time of year, because it doesn't have to have meaning, but you can give it meaning, and that's what it's all about. That's what life is all about. The third tip is to just relieve the pressure, or take the pressure off of having this perfect Christmas. And also this goes for having the perfect New Year, because I have had this for a few years, many years. I would have to have the perfect New Year's because everyone gets drunk and has a dress on and goes out with friends. And yeah, that can be a lot of fun, but does it have to be just this one day of the year? Does it have to be perfect? It doesn't. It really doesn't, because it's just one day of the year. It really doesn't matter. And it also goes for Christmas, that it doesn't matter what your Christmas looks like. The only thing that matters is if you enjoy it. Ask yourself how you want to celebrate Christmas, because we celebrate the Christmas of the birth of Christ. That's what Christmas is, at least in the Western world, is based upon. But what if you're more into the spiritual kind? Do you want to celebrate Yule? Do you want to celebrate Saturnalia? Do you want to celebrate, I don't know, the spaghetti monster religion or whatever? Give your own meaning to Christmas, because that is how you create your own Christmas traditions, which is also a tip, to create your own Christmas traditions. Oh, and also, if you don't want to celebrate at all, don't celebrate it at all. But if you're watching this video, I'm assuming that you would want to, because why would you waste another whole video of me talking about Christmas if you don't want to celebrate Christmas? It's fun to create your own traditions, either alone or with family. Well, this video is about being alone, Juliet, so yeah, alone. Create your own traditions alone. It could be baking cookies, it could be watching your favorite movie, it could be anything. It could be going for a walk. Take yourself out, because if no one else takes yourself out, If no one else takes you out, take yourself out, because you deserve it. But I do wish you a very Merry Christmas, or what date is it? This 14th of December. It's 10 days away, so you'll have some time to think about this. But happy Christmas month. I'm not going to say the F word, and it's not the bad word, it's the other bad word. But happy Christmas month. I hope you're feeling merry, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.